Hi, I'm Darren Mulligan. I'm from Balnode. I'm married to Heidi, and we have four fantastic kids. I was an atheist and later an agnostic before Jesus found me. So I grew up in a rural village in Balnode. Wonderful parents, wonderful family. We were traditional Roman Catholics, went to Mass every week, went through the sacraments. But I would say that I had no relationship whatsoever with the person of Jesus. We were taught right from wrong at home, and I really value that. But unfortunately, knowing right from wrong can't keep a man from himself. So as I grew older and became a teenager, I fell into drinking, fell into inappropriate sexual behaviors, and just, I probably fell into a type of depression. My mood was all over the place. And you could maybe put that down to being a teenager, but that continued into my mid 20s as well. I moved to Dublin to go to university and study philosophy when I was 19. And I met my girlfriend Heidi at the time. I was busy trying to rationalize Jesus and God out of my life. I was trying to rely on my own intellect and my own ability to explain life, to try and have a fulfilling life, but I fell flat on my face doing so. It just led to increasing levels of drunkenness and debauchery in my life. I moved to America around 2003 to play in a rock and roll band. And about halfway through that period, my girlfriend Heidi had a radical encounter with Jesus, and he really transformed her. I could see that. I could see joy and happiness and contentment where there was none. Now, a few months before we got married, we started to go to Monaghan Elam Church, and it was an incredible experience because I saw people that had joy, that had happiness, that had hope, and that was something I didn't have. But I still didn't believe in Jesus. I didn't believe in God. I thought that was all fairy tales people used to make themselves feel better about their lives. But one night, the pastor was preaching about sin and death and the goodness of God, grace and mercy. And on this particular night, I believed 100% in my heart that Jesus was who he said he was, that he was real and alive. And I also believed that I was a dead man walking, that my sin was condemning me. And so I came to follow Jesus because I was terribly afraid of him and of dying with sin in my life. A few months after we got married, God convicted me to tell my wife about the things I had done, promiscuity and affairs, and just things I was very ashamed of. And I thought she would reject me and push me away, but it was quite the opposite. You see, Heidi had been with Jesus, and so she forgave me, she kissed me, she told me she loved me. And in that moment, the love of God became real to me, and I realized that His forgiveness was actually there for me too. So I came to Jesus out of fear of dying and my shame and my sin, but I stayed with Jesus because of the love He demonstrated through my wife and ultimately the love that Jesus demonstrated on the cross.